Hello, your computer has virus.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hello.
Oh, hello there.
Hello, guys.
Hello there.
All week long.
All rise, order in this court. It's freaking Friday.
Yes,
So-
it is, Creed. And you know what they say? In the land of the giants, Courtney will live because look at the size of them books, son.
Dude, we just, sorry, by the way, we're a couple minutes late. We had a little meeting, as they say. I can't help but look at the giant books on Courtney and Judge, who apparently wears sunglasses out in the sun for long periods of time.
I mean, he is in Texas. Billy Old is what they call him on the streets. Billy Old. You might be wondering yourself, why is that lady right there crying, Miss Veronica Cruz? Why that young man up there is her son, and he's going away for a lot of years because they labeled him a predator. Credence
had a girlfriend that he shouldn't have, you were saying.
Yeah, he was having the sex with a woman younger than him. Is this guy wearing a giant neck brace, by the way? Right here.
Is it one big eye?
Maybe.
Didn't he say he knocked up his underage girl?
Yeah, and he got in all kinds of trouble, and I like the bottom number they were talking about was like 35 years. He's going away, and this was the sentencing, so I'm pretty sure he got that. Creed, I've just gotten word from the truck real quick. Our third chair is here. I'm going to bring him on real quick. Third chair, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good afternoon. I'm District Judge Herman Marable from 67th District Court here in Flint.
I would have never, ever in a million years thought that was him looking at him straight on like that. If he didn't say it, it would have taken me, if you would have just put him up
and said, "Who is this?"
Yeah, it would have taken me. It would have taken me a little bit. I also got word from the truck. Did Fred Franklin throw out some memberships?
Oh, it's a good possibility. By the way, memberships are down right now. 150 of you have decided to just walk away.
Well, no, that's all the
free ones.
Yes. I love it.
There's like 300 free ones given away. So, Fred Franklin, thank you so much for that. Real quick, too, members only, since Fred's giving them away, during members only, I have some more of one of our favorite judges there, Judge Herman. A look at him from a different perspective, one of him out campaigning and another of him entertaining. So make sure you're there for that, so you can not miss out on those extra tidbits.
I love that. This is my mom's first Zoom cord. Shout out to Charlotte. Hello, Charlotte. Oh my God.
Is she in?
Thank you for the $5. Flusher,
Mom,
what are you ordering for you and Mom? Or is she not actually?
Mom, cover your eyes, because he says some really weird stuff.
Oh, that's true. Should I not put up all your comments today, Flusher? Or is your mom got the same wit as you do?
Is your mom traumatized already?
I'll sit for the lazy. Guys, sorry. We're getting into things. We're not going to get into this one. I got something that just happened a few minutes ago as we were going live, and I want to get all of it. So we're going to jump over here to not brothel, but Bothell. This just happened.
You indicated
a few minutes ago
on April 6th that you
were in Virginia.
Mailed it, that you sent it in, but we never received it.
Oh, that's strange. Okay.
So,
Washington State, I believe.
I am appointing counsel on a preliminary basis. I will need you to complete that affidavit. With regard to what's happening today, Ms. Pimentel,
Washington. Yep, Washington State.
you've just been appointed, so I assume you're not ready to proceed with pretrial.
We're
Oh,
not, Your Honor.
Diane's.
I just sent that to my
I-
paralegal to get a notice of appearance in today, but we will need to set this over so we can review those discovery materials.
Mackenzie wearing a neck brace?
Ms. O'Brien, what is the city's
Today's the day of
position
neck
with regard
braces.
to the bail, which is currently set at 5,000,
Sarge?
and
Good to see you.
on this
Hi.
case?
Your Honor, the city's requesting to maintain bail at 5,000 at this time.
Giving them instructions how to fart properly, Vinny?
You're cutting out, so what was your basis?
I believe Ms. Emerson has two
Come
outstanding
on, Rule 9.
And 1 second, my jabs is being quite slow. My apologies.
Yeah, she's looking a little rough.
Uh-huh.
It's a little.
She's had better
There's only
days.
2 FTAs in this case.
Near Seattle, though, that's like a 9, right?
Yes.
Kidding, Washington State. I'm kidding.
All right, and I'm
I'm sorry. I didn't
Oh,
realize
shit.
that.
She didn't realize what.
looking at her failure to appear history. It also appears to be quite lengthy.
Please, I'm sorry.
With repeated
Hey,
failures
Cap.
to appear on numerous cases. Ms. Pimentel,
There you go,
any
Brittany.
response?
Your Honor, I was just trying to see if that pretrial was a Zoom or if it was an in-person, because she had indicated that she didn't have a phone, but it sounds like your living
No.
situation is different. now. Is that right, Ms. Emerson?
But I can hit that button.
Trying to get me sued? Didn't you know what happened to Kat Von D?
Staying down, I think, down south in the SeaTac area is what she's.
So she failed to appear for arraignment in December of 2021.
Just amps up the sexy.
Her warrant was authorized pending verification of addresses. They found additional addresses, so resummons.
Ramps it up.
She failed to appear for that hearing. The warrant issued in the amount of $1,000.
Oh, she's breaking down, Creed.
She,
Oh, man.
I'm trying to see.
My man.
In video court, and she did appear, but her video was blurred out, and so we set the matter over for a quash hearing on March 11th.
Because her video was
She did
blurry.
appear at that time.
Seriously, happy birthday, by
and
the way.
court
Happy
granted
birthday.
quash.
Be
Um,
naughty.
Little buck.
Arraignment took place. She was provided with an pretrial on April 6th.
They might be hard asses, though. You know? There's a lot of people say you can't do court if I can't see you.
Looks like she
Maybe.
appeared,
True.
and the defense requested that she be continued and allowed to screen for court.
She got
appointed
methy hair.
counsel.
She's a hot meth.
Well, as
And
Roxette
then
says,
she failed
she's
to
got the look.
appear for the
She's got the
May
rock.
2nd date, and that was the next court date that she had, next opportunity to show that she would appear. She failed to appear for that hearing, which was a date she was given in open court. We attempted to send it to her as well, but the address she provided
I
was
didn't mean
not
to. I didn't mean
current.
to.
I'm waiting for,
there's
if that door cracks
$7,000.
open, she's going to shoot out like a cat.
That's where we're at.
Where'd she go?
I don't have any additional information, Your Honor, other than it sounds like she has a little bit more of a stable living situation. I did discuss with her, obviously, those. warrants
She
that are
has a
outstanding
stable
and
living
in addition
situation?
to having those quashed as a condition of release.
She living with somebody? Because I know she ain't keeping that together.
Please.
Tomorrow.
Just a moment. I want to take a look at.
Well,
Go ahead.
that stare. Don't look at her straight in the eyes. What's she, about 19? Looking 42?
Either she has a weird mouth or she has no teeth.
I would guess no teeth, but I haven't noticed yet.
So I'm looking at the Linwood matter, and it looks like she called in May of 2019 to ask if she had the warrant asked, and it was set on a quash hearing at her request, and then she never appeared and never went back. So that warrant has been outstanding since May of 2019.
She's got a problem with
Goodness.
it seems.
And now that's just the outstanding warrant. When I look at your history, Ms. Emerson, it appears that the only time you appear in court is if you're in custody.
Hey.
Oh, easy.
With the exception of the times that there have been a couple of times you've appeared by Zoom in this court. And I'm just looking here.
That makes you look so bad when you look through those. The only time when you're forced. Already
The
there.
only time you were here was when you were already here.
On May 26th.
Look at Dave even writing it the right way. Birthday. That's how you say it in the South. Birth.
Perfect. Nailed it, Dave.
You failed to
Her nose is giving me a hard time. I'm not going to lie.
Jeanette,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
my man can't help.
Keep them in line. Feel free to punish him in the way he likes.
Things move about as slow here as they do in 3B, huh?
Looking here, and I
As slow as
going
Mikey
back in the
Draws.
history, I am not seeing a single criminal case that does not have a warrant issued on it. At this point in time, Ms. Emerson, I think that you have earned the right to have bail set in your case. So I am.
I don't have any. I can't bail out. I don't have any. I can't bail out.
I am going to maintain the bail at $5,000, and we'll set
When?
for pretrial. Madam Clerk, what dates do we have for pretrial?
Uh-oh.
Your Honor, we can set
September.
next Thursday, the 14th.
We'll set this to next Thursday, the 14th for pretrial.
She don't like this
Trial
news.
date will be September 12th.
She's all
at
right.
8:30
She's
in the
all right.
morning.
What? When?
When?
Trial is September 12th. Your next pretrial, your next court hearing will be next week on Thursday, the 14th.
She's getting pumped.
No.
We'll see you at that time, Ms. Emerson. You've earned this opportunity.
No.
I don't think she sees it that way, Judge.
These hands are magic today. She's all. Oh.
The only other matter to address.
And she's off.
Did they say she was done? Or
Yeah.
she's-
Gave her 5,000 bail. The judge is trying to tell her that that's a good thing for her.
Yeah, it could have been no bail. That's even harder to come up with.
Your Honor, the city is requesting bail in the.
Thank you, Dave. There's a couple of farts for you.
Dave.
So his
Did you hear her?
current bail, I think, is
She's still
3,000.
screaming.
Do you want me to increase it? I'm not misreading the.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why are we still talking about bail and she's gone?
And what is your reason for increasing bail?
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Go ahead. You got this.
He has had
Matt
multiple
Kinsey.
FTAs, I believe, for this case.
You know,
Two
100% that's
FTAs
what
for
that
this
was
case
too,
already.
Dallas. You're right. Dallas.
She's
Dallas.
She's coming back in. Let her back in, Your Honor. I feel like she's got more to say.
No, exactly. Mary, you're absolutely right. You
Well, that
know
information
that's
was
it.
available at the time bail was.
She's
set
gonna
at
be what they call,
$2,000, not
dope
hearing a
sick.
change in
Yeah.
Circumstance that would warrant changing that bail. Ms. Pimentel, do you have any response?
I felt like it was some of my best
Only
work. I'm not gonna
see
lie.
failures
Pretty
to
proud of it.
appear. Your Honor, it looks like He was initially booked and then was,
Is that her?
Sorry.
Or is that
and
Caitlin's
then
kid just came into the room, I think.
Mama be there in a minute.
in May. It looks like we had reached.
Oh, you
some sort of
burned you burned
resolution.
yourself on the boiling water of the mac and
So
cheese you were making?
appear for
Oh.
that resolution.
Oh,
Given
the
the
dog fell down
last
the stairs and broke
one,
both legs. Oh, okay. He'll be there in a minute.
Out of custody, even in person date. Hopefully we can get that disposition.
We've seen Caitlin before. I know we've seen her. I remember her beautiful face.
Well, if this is close to Seattle, like you guys are
And I
saying,
do
that would make
see the same
sense.
thing, that these are the only two.
But
warrants
Mackenzie,
that Mr. Boyer has.
Mackenzie O'Brien,
I am willing
she's
to
a
give
beaut.
him an.
she's a real
online
Irish Rhodes.
take it to court. So I will release him on his personal very cognizance. We will set this in-person counseling.
Mikey, Jesus, that's
Madam
so
Clerk,
mean.
dates do we have?
God almighty. Jesus.
Does my picture look like she's wearing a turtleneck or a neck brace? 'Cause
I was thinking a thong. I wasn't
October?
sure.
Or excuse me. August.
God, stop. That is so yeah. Wow.
A little ahead of myself.
There you go. I will set
Jesus.
this matter to August 10th with a trial date of September 12th.
Ah,
And we'll see him
I see what
in
you did
person
there.
on August. Okay. Go ahead and do
When's
that.
the last time you saw somebody wearing a
I'll work on
turtleneck, by
this
the
with
way?
Koch, and we'll just need a moment to speak with her. And I believe we
I
met early.
She got it on last night. Got a lot of them hickeys, as they
Very
call
good.
it.
Oh,
It's called
well,
Being
Thursday.
racist, just
we're not calling
Oh,
her a
she's-
whore, but
A goner, I guess.
it happens.
Have you gone and talked to the doctor?
Not yet.
What are you doing here, doctor?
Doctor, what are you doing
Have you
here?
been contacted by the doctor?
She is
So
not
this
judge.
this is a very interesting courtroom because they do. It seems like they do everything in here. Because we've got people in cars, people with bad
Does
haircuts.
whoever's covering for Mr. Zarate know whether or not it was emailed to the doctor?
Right around her neck area.
Your Honor, our only notes
I
from
just
Mr.
figured you
Zarate is
forgot
that
the,
he was still waiting
I couldn't tell if it
on
was a nose ring or a booger.
results of the evaluation, so
So is
I
that it? She hasn't been contacted, so would y'all double check to make sure that it's been sent to Dr. Woods? And I guess we'll reset to 8:25, get that happening.
Thank you,
didn't
Jay.
have the authority.
All right.
Get it happening, Captain.
We've already done Benjamin Young. Jesse Avila.
Junior
All right,
Garcia
we'll be in a minute.
will fight for the welterweight
And
championship.
Antonio
on
Hernandez,
Showtime
that's
Boxing
Mr.
After
Reeves'
Dark.
case.
He should be in the courtroom, Judge. I'm ready.
All right.
I just wanted to show you this really nice chair and fake woods.
It's beautiful trees.
History on this one. I know Mr. Zarate is on vacation, and he had left me a message late last week asking me for an update, but he was supposed to get back to me. He was supposed to converse with the probation department. I know probation went to visit him from the last time we were set. So I don't know what to tell you other than I need to confer with Mr. Zarate. I know there's other
And
folks.
I am sorry, breaking.
Oh,
over
here we
to
go.
Courtroom one.
Yes, I did.
Okay. You have a couple options today.
Is that General Zod from Superman 2?
Or you can deny those allegations. We'll set it for a second stage hearing with Judge Stansbury. You're entitled to an attorney for that hearing as well. Do you have any questions about that motion?
No questions.
Before Zod.
If I have a moment, I just wanted to say
He's
that
super
I was,
loud, right?
Complying
Pot it
in
up.
probation counseling.
Huh?
I don't know why he's so loud.
It's really loud, right? For you
Yeah.
also.
Yes.
Let me know if I need to adjust
I
it.
had to stop doing that because of conflict of interest. But I got back in there. My appointment was actually yesterday that I missed because
You
I was
actually
in
bring it up
jail.
just a little bit.
I only stopped reporting to probation and I turned in the paperwork.
It's so
because
loud,
I
it's bringing
ended
you
up
down.
with an
In mine.
Right.
That I had to get cured. I had 10 days.
You had to get cured. What does he got?
Used the drugs. I did relapse, but I had stopped using. over a week, well over a week ago, and the
brag hour.
I'm not guilty of that, so I don't understand why I'm being revoked.
Okay. Well, there's multiple allegations that you didn't complete your counseling, you didn't report to your probation officer, you got another charge, and you haven't been submitting to drug testing. I'm probably for not reporting.
Yeah, I had scabies,
Either that
so
or
I
you had
didn't
a,
Scabies? What?
I had scurvy, Your Honor. I was on the boat for way too long.
You don't hear that every
I want to
day.
deny that. I wanted to see about setting my bond as low as possible.
He's single, ladies.
I'm supposed to be out of my house by the 14th.
Scabies free
I
now.
do not want to lose all my belongings.
For last week at least.
I was just, I have 3
Ah.
and I was going to go back to the shelter after after I got my stuff moved out of my house.
You live there by yourself?
Me and my wife, but she's unable to move anything, and we're
She's
having
dead,
trouble
Your
finding
Honor.
Good help. Every time we find somebody to help us move, they just want to steal my stuff. So it's difficult.
Boy, shit's tough, huh?
Times is hard, brother. Times is hard.
God,
We're
these
gonna,
excuses.
5,000 cash, 30, 10%. That'll get set with Judge Stansbury. If you need an attorney, get an application filled out, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any way Your Honor could help me move?
How does the judge not just at least laugh a little bit when these excuses come flying?
Your Honor, these scabies ain't gonna
Yes, sir.
cure themselves.
Oh wow, licking, my God.
Bring it up. Bring it up. He's gonna be low, I can tell.
Attorney, if you can afford one, you can make an application for court
Boy,
appointment.
one winner after another.
I have a ticket here from today charging you with
Scabies.
operating vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
Shocker.
Did you receive a copy
No,
of that
it's
ticket?
alcohol, sir.
Okay. Did you receive a copy of that ticket?
How dare you
Okay.
accuse me of drugs?
Maximum penalty for that offense is
son of a
6 months in
bitch.
jail, $1,075 fine, and a 3-year license suspension. There's a mandatory minimum penalty of 3 days in jail or a driver intervention program.
Right in time, Terminator.
Fine. And a
Welcome.
1-year license suspension. You have any questions about that charge today?
No, sir. I'm gonna leave it up to you. I did mess up.
That's nice of him.
What happened to his mouth?
How would you like to plead today?
Well, I lost my wife here about 4.5 months ago, and I just ain't been able to keep my head straight.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
That alcohol helps, so I bet
Yeah.
you.
That clears it right up.
Only 52, sir.
Wow, he had a young
How
one.
do you want to plead?
How old?
The offense today?
She was 52.
Oh, I thought you said he was 52. I was like, oh my
Guilty,
God.
Yes.
Okay, well, I need you to be sure that's what
I
you want to do.
guess. That always holds up in court. I
I
guess.
guess.
Well,
How do you plead? Well, my wife died 4 months ago.
I'd rather just plead guilty, and you know, if I'm gonna go to jail, I'm already here. I might as well just be here, you know.
Okay.
But I gotta get somebody to watch my dogs. I got three
The Vinny.
little dogs at the house.
There's Vinny's version of Caitlin.
Or put me on probation or something.
Vinny.
Okay. You want to plead guilty today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You understand the guilty plea is a complete admission of your guilt?
Good one, Vinny.
Yes, sir. I understand.
You understand you're waiving your right to an attorney?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're waiving your right to a trial, to a jury, or to the court?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I have a horrible cold sore. Can I wait for this to clear up before I get out?
Traveled to the wrong year.
No one has the heart to tell him his wife died 17 years ago.
that actually didn't happen just a few
She was
months.
only 52, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
That's 17 years ago.
I'll accept your guilty plea. Find you guilty of operating a vehicle under influence of alcohol.
She died of scurvy. Call back.
Olive oil's dead, you guys. She was only 52.
I went out to the judge where she was at. And it just upset me, sir.
Just shut up, dude. He's gonna help you.
That guy, that one guy.
I think he's dead. Somebody better go check out him in the front row there. The green shirt.
He's blacked out.
Okay. $75 fine.
I didn't miss that one, Carol.
Costs.
$5 Friday.
30 days in jail. I'll suspend 27 days.
$5 Friday. I like that.
Today. Place you on probation for a year. Okay. You can do a 3-day driver intervention program, or you can do 3 days in jail.
He'll do the jail.
Jail, or do you want to go do an intervention?
Jail.
Program?
Jail.
I'd rather just stay in jail for 3 days, sir.
All right.
Yana, can you stop by my house and feed my dogs?
And once you get out, you report to probation. You need to abide by any terms that they said.
Oh,
Okay.
Jim.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any question about that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I do like that. I just gotta find somebody to feed them damn dogs. Dogs.
Who's gonna feed my dogs on me, in your honor?
Next matter is 22 TRD 6000, State of Ohio versus Chad Krieger.
Chad Kroger?
Wow, Nickelback. What a shitty
So
band.
yesterday, charging you with speeding and driving under suspension. Did you receive a copy of that?
Remember the guy that we knew from Jacksonville that looked
Didn't,
like
but I did get the ticket.
like Chad
I
Kruger?
I'm aware of it.
Okay. Maximum penalty for speeding is a $150 fine.
I'm shocked this guy's not in here for touching inappropriate, touching people inappropriately. No
He
offense.
looks it.
The maximum penalty for the driving under suspension offense is 180 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. You have any question about those charges?
I guess not.
Well done. Oh, yes. Yes, yes.
I thought my suspension was up actually when.
Okay.
Didn't we have him on that?
Reinstate.
I
I'm
gotta look him up.
showing a non-compliance
Looks just like him.
suspension and a child support suspension.
God, he has
Two
children.
fair to reinstates on non-compliance and OVI.
I thought that was done.
Okay. I don't know.
Because it's from like 19 or something, 2019, I think.
Which one?
The OVI and
Yeah, it's over, but it's a failure to reinstate. You haven't reinstated it.
yeah, I don't have a job and I don't have money. I have a back injury. I'm not
Okay.
able to work.
Yeah, that one's over. Looks like
I
there's
killed
two
a bunch
open
of
ones
people.
that are-
Yeah, Your Honor, I hurt myself
Non-compliance
murdering and
child
torturing.
Why?
I was not
that
aware
is-
of those.
Okay. I don't know that they
Little
charge
younger
you
version.
right section,
Slightly.
But,
Good call on that one.
if you want to, let's see here.
Take your time, Judge. He's got
God bless.
Can someone get him a
Any
chair? His
questions-
back
any
is
other
killing him.
questions?
No, I just hope you could be as lenient as you could because
Okay.
I'm dealing with back injury and got doctor appointments next week. and
We
I'm
heard.
hoping I can get to them.
Okay. What do you,
And
what are you
sleeping
being
on
held
these beds are terrible.
What's that? I have appointments, doctor appointments. I have a back
You
injury.
know, what are you being held in jail on? Your probation case?
I sell real estate, Your Honor.
Just whatever you can do, yeah.
I mean, I have a back industry.
Being
The
held in
probation
jail.
thing, I think I just failed to pay is what it was on the probation. I completed all the
You can't be
probation.
held in jail for that. You're being held in jail on your probation case, though.
I don't know what that's about.
You can't even figure out what he's being held in jail
Okay.
for.
And a
Would you like
sweat
to plead
sniffer
the
too,
traffic offense?
Terminator, I bet you.
Guilty, sir.
You understand that a guilty plea is a complete admission of your guilt?
I understand.
You understand you're waiving your right to a trial?
Roids and the Hoids.
Yes, sir.
So we're back out picking up a alive person. Yeah.
Need some ramen.
I don't know why I'm here. I think it's because I didn't pay.
Do you there in Licking, you put people in jail for back injuries, Your Honor? Because I think that's it.
Yeah, my sciatic is acting up real bad. Just be as lenient as you
I'm going to
can
amend
be.
the suspension charge to a different code section. It's only
Or tough acted,
unclassified,
it's
it's not a
enacted.
jailable offense.
Thank you, sir.
I think they got that wrong. I'll accept your guilty pleas. I find you guilty.
Oh, it's one of my favorite things about licking is that damn chair.
Mhm.
One day there's gonna be somebody sitting there.
That's the Holy Ghost. That's what the Holy Ghost sits. Watches us all safely.
Thank you, Jim.
$24
Jim.
$125 in costs on this license suspension. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Now, when will I know about the probation thing?
Your probation officer's got a holder on you right now. They'll either
You're not
release
going
you
nowhere,
or they'll
son.
get a motion to
Good
revoke your
point.
probation.
Not going nowhere.
But I don't know when.
Whoa,
I don't know.
backdoor
I don't have the
Betty,
case in
Ramble
front of me,
Lamb.
so I don't know. It's you're on with Judge Stansbury, correct?
That thing had a child.
Okay.
So has she been down? Has your
That's
probation officer
pretty wild.
talked to you yet?
No, I haven't seen anybody yet.
Okay.
Ramble
So
Lamb.
she could be filing a motion to revoke you. I don't know.
You could be here for
You just
God
don't know.
knows how long.
Oh, I don't mind, Your Honor. My back
Because
hurts
you got
less in
another
here.
charge. I don't know.
I haven't got my medication since I've been here. I take at least 15 hydrocodones a day.
Yes, and Anderson.
Can you make sure I get those while I'm here?
Yeah, they said, hey, the guy's alive. Did you see that?
Next matter.
Standing up. Hey, now.
You are not.
You are not that bad looking for licking.
Yeah, she just got her hair did not long ago.
It's very nice.
Hello, Francis.
Francis, welcome.
You know, back problems. I am kind of surprised you didn't use that one. I don't know if anybody use that yet. I start a new job tomorrow.
Doctor's appointments are always a good one.
Trying to track down your file.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was 4 times, maybe 5 times you said that about the bag. Just like remember the real estate agent?
Uh-huh.
You have a good sense of humor.
Okay, yes.
Oh, Hooker, we're saying.
$20 is $20.
Okay, next matter is 21 TRC 3936.
I could see her serving apple pie and asking, would you like that a la mode?
Ms. Pemberton, looks like you failed to appear for the pretrial conference. What happened there?
I live in Cincinnati, to be honest with you, and
Well, thanks for being
I
honest.
didn't have a vehicle at the time, although I
You
have
love drugs.
access to a vehicle now.
God.
I tried sending over, because at first I didn't have an attorney. I was just very confused about the process. Let me be
Hey,
honest.
seems like you still are.
It sounds like you might not have
I didn't know
gotten
that, and it
straight.
was already after the fact, so.
Did he withdraw? Okay. All right. So if you want an attorney,
Hi, 6.
you need to reapply. Okay.
Actually, I've been in jail here
Yeah.
for like 21 days already. And then,
Oh, she has teeth.
21 days?
Good
yes.
for her.
And then I was in Franklin County for 31 days, and they picked me up and brought me here. So
Okay.
I was kind of just going to get the situation taken
I
care
like
of.
that,
Plus,
Carol.
I won't plead no contest.
You want to plead no contest today?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
She has no problem staying in jail, Creed. No problem at all.
Okay. Okay. There's a maximum penalty on the OVI offense of 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, and a 3-year license suspension. There's a mandatory minimum penalty.
Lacey.
6 days in jail.
What are you doing here?
3 days in a
Hello
3-year
there.
intervention program.
Okay.
So, that's what you're looking at if you wanted to plea today.
That's what I want to do.
There's also a driving
Her
under
nose is
suspension
incredible.
charge, too. I think. I don't.
That's a beaut.
Thank you.
Oh, it's probably not good.
That one is not jailable. So.
Anything for a few bucks, Dave.
Whew, I got nervous for a second.
Okay.
Woo! People in jail usually do when they're in front of the court.
I was worried you knew about something I'd done. I didn't know
Okay, you
about.
understand that
Yeah,
I find
yeah.
you guilty today based on the police report and the ticket here.
Yes.
You understand you're waiving your right to an attorney.
Hey, man. Happy Friday.
You may.
I'll be back.
Understand you're waiving your right to a
Somebody hear Fred? Fred, I think, is here.
Fred somewhere.
Hope you RP.
Yes.
Go ahead. We're in good hands and licking. The ladies of licking. Starting a calendar, the ladies
Giving
of
up the right
licking.
that the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt you did in fact commit these offenses.
Yes.
She did it. She's admitting to it.
Okay, so you agree that on April 28th of 2021, you were operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs, and you refused a chemical test?
Yes.
Okay.
Drugs.
Also,
For
agreed
sure,
that the
drugs.
license was under suspension that day.
Well,
You don't?
in reference to that, yes, I knew that, but
It's actually not suspended. It was a failure to reinstate.
Get mad at each
Yes,
other.
yes. And I was trying to do that one program they have,
Yeah.
but I kind of got caught up in the middle of taking care of that and driving without a license.
All right,
So,
based on that, I'll accept your no contest plea. And I'll find you guilty.
There you go. Who's the Chase family?
All right.
Thank you for the licks, the likes, the love. 115 of you. Good to see everybody. If you're on Facebook, make sure you give this a like too. Just as important.
So you were in jail. Where were you in jail? You said?
I was in Franklin County Jail from 517, and then they came and got me. No, 516, and then Lincoln County came and got me on 6616.
Okay. What
So,
were
and I've
you, what were
been
you in
here
jail for Franklin County for?
2 felonies, but I'm on probation for that.
So you have pending felonies here.
Yes.
My God, she's got
Yeah,
nothing but charges.
Set 10,000 cash surety, 10%.
Yes.
Well, she's not getting out. She's got all these other things hanging over her head.
So is that brand new? It looks like.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's not. I got them at the same time I got the OVI.
Okay. Well, it's got a 22 case number on it.
It's just when they indicted me on
They
it.
just finally indicted you. Okay. From
Yeah.
when you got picked up on the OVI.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Have you had a hearing or anything yet besides a bond hearing?
No.
Okay.
I would love that.
And honestly, I'm very honest, my family's trying to bond me out, but I wanted this taken care of first because I don't want to leave with any more issues. I'm trying,
You know a lot.
the next
I like
fight.
that. I like it a lot.
Okay.
That's not bad. 69's good for me. Yeah, this lady is, I mean, she's just racking them up, man. She's a career, I don't want to say criminal. Maybe she's had a lot of substance issues in her past. And her face just looked really weird right there. I think she might be a reptilian.
And I am on probation in Franklin County, but I haven't got the report yet because I came straight to Licking County.
That's somebody's grandma. Good chance of it. I saw grandma on TV the other day. She said no contest.
You said one day. Correct?
Dave's not here, man. Ah, Denise, good to see ya. Good day. Have a seat. Gonna be a busy day today. Florida Friday at 4:05. We got a Chase's packed. Some of the craziest things you've ever seen today.
Okay. You live in Cincinnati?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the Franklin County thing's over, or what's going on with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you pled, or?
Yep.
All right.
Yep, I'm guilty as hell, Your Honor.
I got the,
You just
what
do,
do they call that?
you just do flat jail time up there? Is that what happened?
They gave me, what do you call that? The, sanction, community control. That's what I'm on.
You're on community control with Franklin
Yes.
County? Okay.
Yes.
Creed is outside checking the weather and the traffic for his neighbors. Hey, Creed, good to see you. Oh, wait, Creed's not here, man.
Okay, on the failure to reinstate, $125 on the OVI offense. $375 court costs. I'm going to give you 10 days in jail, 1 day
Maybe.
credit, suspend your license for a year, beginning back in April of last year. Okay?
Okay, so I still have 9 more days I have to serve.
9 days in this case is all done. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
9 days, she can do that, no problem.
I'm here, Ray Ray.
Thank
I'm
you.
here.
Oh, wow.
Okay, as you tell those folks, today's hearing is being
That's right, we get to
recorded
see the
in
courtroom now.
the future. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you can make an application for court-appointed attorney. When I call your name, have a seat at the table. We'll go over your charges.
Off and on rain.
He don't leave the studio. He just hears the boom
without
booms
checking out at the clerk's office. Next case
while taking a
is,
boom boom.
22 TRD
Boom, boom,
4829, State of Ohio versus Stephen Christ.
Or Christ. Depends on you.
Oh, there he is.
Ticket from
He died earlier in the courtroom.
Charged you with suspension. Did you receive a copy of that ticket?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. I say so.
You say May 24th?
Good to see you, Taco.
I missed court on the
Sorry,
16th.
Ray Ray.
All right.
You missed court.
Had to go check traffic and weather
June
together on
15th.
the 8th force.
See, when I called, they said I missed court on the 15th and the 25th or something. They said 2 different
I appreciate him dressing up for court.
Yep. And Yana, they damn lying.
Hospital. I was from a car accident. I was admitted into the hospital for last month.
COVID, you know, all that
So,
shit.
you've been charged with driving under suspension. That's the charge has been amended to a different code section. It's still driving.
He's
under
driving
suspension.
us suspended and he couldn't come to court because he was in a car accident.
Yes.
Like,
And he was sick. Nathan, you're right. That is exactly.
Yeah, just.
Maximum penalty is 500 hours of community service and a 1,000. You have any question about that charge?
No, Your Honor.
And how would you like to prove that?
Where's my dress shorts at? I got court today.
That's true. He's got to
You
be, Joe.
understand the
It's
guilty
Friday.
plea is a complete admission of your guilt.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're waiving your right to a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, Nigel.
They find you guilty.
Nigel.
It looks like you had one back in November. Does that sound
I
right?
think the pages of those books by him are yellowed. Time.
Wow, look at the man spreading in the front row. Holy crap.
I'm getting
That's a tall dude.
and I'm gonna be paying all my license off to get my license back in
Yeah.
6 months.
Okay. Yeah. So you have two
Sure you are.
two tickets you haven't paid for here.
Yes.
That's why you got suspended.
Yes.
And also an insurance suspension.
Yes, Your Honor.
You did. Looks like you showed insurance on this ticket. Though.
Yeah, a lot of
Okay.
a lot
So you
do.
won't be suspended again for this ticket.
This day and
It'll
age,
be
though, that's like
$150 in court costs.
gone.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Judge Middleton would always tell people thank you for,
It's 22
you know,
TRD 4785.
not looking like that, dude.
Oscar Evans.
Yeah. Clean shirt. Basketball shoes.
I think he just tripped over him getting over there.
Mr. Evans, I have a ticket from June 6th, charging
Yes.
you with driving under suspension.
I hung out with Smoking Scan earlier.
Yes. They're on round 12.
Oh, Gary. I went to bed yet.
Gary the Bear.
Is that what weed does to you? Makes you
Maximum
get
penalty for that offense is 500 hours. of
people I see
community
get high
service
just sit
and a
around
$1,000
and
fine. You have any
stare
questions
at me
about
awkwardly like Knox. Fishing. Weird stares.
that? Okay.
Okay.
Plea today.
You said enough.
Okay. You understand that a guilty plea is a complete admission of your guilt?
Yes, sir.
You understand by pleading guilty, you're waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I accept your guilty plea, and I'll find you guilty. Looks like you have a couple tickets here to pay.
Oh,
That's
no.
all right.
Oh,
That's
no.
why you're suspended.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, they had me on a $50 plan. It was just I went to a rehab or like a halfway house for like a couple months, so I missed the payment.
Okay.
They don't have a basketball stars only rehab around here in Licking County, Your Honor.
I went into rehab and I mean they charged me way too much, Your Honor.
When I was on the payment plan, I kept it for like 8 months. I don't know. I don't think I was like 1,700.
Let's get this man on the payment plan, shall we?
Yeah.
Might be best.
Please no slouching in court.
You got a criminal case that's older. Okay. So you have 580 left on your traffic cases.
Okay.
I don't. Whose criminal cases are? Okay. All right.
I don't. Growing up, though, my parents and everybody at school thought that I did. Every single friend of mine always did. I can't. For me,
200 court costs.
You've just got the look.
I'll let you pay those traffic.
Yeah. Plus, my eyes are closed in every picture you ever take. So there's that too. Oh, and then the allergy season. You know, with the red eyes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think he's about to get comfortable and stay a while. The way he was leaning all over on his hands.
Next matter is 16 TRC 1117, State of Ohio versus Russell Faulkner.
Russell, get on up here, bud. Ooh, the woman is last.
See him dog tags.
I hope so. Thank you for your service.
For pretrial back in 2016.
That's what I'm thinking. That's like his pro move.
That's a good one.
I had an attorney at the time.
God bless.
He needed more money from me.
I was at the VA.
I wasn't able to pay him anymore.
Hint, hint.
And, I was going through a rough time at the time. I just didn't make
That's a microphone. I'm pretty sure a lot of judges have them.
Okay. You want
With
that
the
reset
Zoom
on the trial
court.
schedule? What do you want to do?
What's my charge? Is it just for failure to appear?
No, it was an OVI charge. And
I thought that was
failure to control.
I thought all that was done because the insurance settled it, and also I blew a 0.00. And
Well, there was a urine test for drugs.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well.
What'd you get on that?
Marijuana found in my system.
How'd that
So
work?
you pled guilty to failure to control. But the OVI offense was still pending, which is what you missed, what you didn't show up for the pre-trial on that matter.
I thought all this was handled because
I thought I was handled. That's why I'm here.
I'm at the creative recovery right now in Lancaster, and I was trying to take care of everything.
Yeah.
And my case manager was helping me pay on some stuff, and I just found out that I had this out here.
Oh, no. COVID.
You want to talk to an attorney? What do you want to do?
Feeling good.
Yeah, I'm not pleading guilty to the OVI.
Okay.
Oh.
Is that, I mean, that's what it would be, right? Not failure to appear for OVI.
Oh my God.
There's no charge for failure to appear. That's you just get a warrant and you go to the jail.
So does this guy think that, like, if you have a failure to appear, it erases whatever you were supposed to appear for?
Yeah, that he's here just for the failure to appear, not the OVI.
People live.
Because I was trying to pay on my traffic stuff.
You can pay. You have fines you owe on, I'm sure.
This is the kind of guy that comes in the chat and says, "Hey, can you guys shut up so I can hear the guy in the news, please?"
Okay, so that's what we're here for today.
By the way, I'm also in licking if you when he's done.
What do you got, a 3 or 2?
15,000.
We're Stansbury, but
oh, wow.
he might be sitting somewhere else with somebody.
Double licking.
I've been there almost 3 months now.
All right, they have somebody that
I'm in 3.
Yeah, they brought me here today.
Okay, all right. Make sure the clerk has that address, your mailing address. Okay. If you want to, if you can't afford an attorney, fill out an application for an attorney today.
Okay.
Do you have income?
Yes, I'm working at Anchor Hockey.
Okay.
Yeah, we got him and one more. It looks like a Werman.
I'm flush with cash, Your Honor.
Because I work, you know, where they
Go ahead
make
and fill
those
out an
that anchor
application unless
hocking,
you want an attorney.
beautiful
You might
stuff for
have to
the
based on your
kitchen.
income. I'll have to run the numbers, but so
Right.
I encourage you to contact an attorney as well.
You
If
big
you want to
dummy.
one today, I'll consider that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Since you showed up today, I'll give you no R bond.
Yes.
but,
Yes,
Make
Jay.
sure you're here for your next hearing. All right.
Yes, Dave.
Thank you.
Yep.
Just make
Now,
sure
if I
you
go out and murder somebody and just don't appear, then it's just a failure to appear, right, Your Honor?
State of Ohio versus Andrew Moore.
I will plead guilty to failure to appear. Not guilty to OVI.
Stealing, theft.
Hey, girl.
Moore, I have a
Myers.
ticket here charging you with failure to confine dog. Did you receive a copy of that?
Whoa.
Okay.
Never mind.
Maximum penalty for that is a $100 fine. There's a mandatory minimum penalty of a $25 fine.
Does she have a
Give me
dog
question.
just out running around the neighborhood?
Mhm.
Being a whore?
Not causing trouble.
That's the first time the dog pound was ever showed up at my house for my dog. I just didn't understand how somebody could press charges on my dog when I've never been told about my
Dog went to jail for this already.
That's what I'm like.
So what she's saying is that her dog's done this a shitload of times. It's the only time that somebody's called, so she thinks that she should be innocent.
Yeah, he talked to me, but he didn't tell me that. He just said I had to pay a fine.
Remember, this is also the same court where you get failure to register your dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions today?
That is the same mentality as people on eBay that get kicked off of there for selling things that they're not supposed to, and they're like, "But there's hundreds listed."
Otherwise, it's what I said is maximum penalty of
So?
$100.
You're the one that got caught.
$25 penalty. Okay. What was
No, the dog, not her.
Okay.
Maybe she is.
Maybe. I mean, she does have a nice arm tattoo.
Okay. Before you do that too, I'd advise you that if you get charged with this again, the penalty is out. There's a possible 30 days in jail, $250 fine.
What could
There's
you
a
imagine?
$75 fine.
What are you in for? A dog got out.
Okay.
Yep. Dog got out.
Okay.
Well,
I understand you're giving up your right to have a trial.
we do that, but we're out in the middle of nowhere, pretty
I
much.
took guilty plea. I found you guilty.
And she's too lazy and hot to
I mean,
leave half of the yard.
$25. Do you want to tell me what happened?
How the dog
Yeah,
got
your
out?
dog. This is the first time your dog's been out.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a
Yeah.
4-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son.
So?
I was in the bathroom with my 2-year-old.
They got out also, Your Honor.
I was in the shower washing my pendulous breast, and
Clear across the house. I'm going up to Mama's because she was right.
Mama's?
Right when I run out to go grab the dog.
She got the
had
scabies.
through my daughter and knocked her out of the house, and she was gone. So it took me. She was only gone 20 minutes because I had to get my son off the toilet, get him dressed,
Okay.
and get out there. So that's how that happened.
So who called the dog away?
They didn't even. It's the people that live across the street from my mother-in-law. They didn't even call the dog.
the
away.
guy that got bit.
Okay.
And they've called him on her dog too.
What an asshole, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
How dare you?
$25 fine. Here it comes. Get ready.
We
He
don't
won't hit.
so.
He's not hit her. 100 is the max, so 25.
Hit her with the hundo.
How old's your dog? 4 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, it's got a license, right? He asked. He checked
Are
that.
you single?
You
forgot
don't.
to check that box.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Oh, you are.
Okay.
Well, $10.
Yeah, that becomes an issue.
Check the price. I'm sure she doesn't. First offense. Okay. All right. I'm going to impose a $25 fine. I'm going to waive your cost for you today.
There it is. Oh, even waived the court costs and stuff.
Oh, yeah. A good rack will get you just about anywhere in this world.
Gravel points, that's when I noticed that it wasn't gravel, that they were actual ruts, and there was about a 6-inch drop in both of them. And when I impacted them, both my tires went flat. So
Oh, it's a different
at
look,
that
huh?
particular time,
Yeah.
I
Stormtrooper 1991 is
I was
testifying right
trying
now.
to get out, and I was trying to use that gap in the cones to get out. Again, I just understand. I didn't understand why I got there until I walked back, taking pictures. I could see that there was a break in the cones. That's all.
Alrighty. Is there anything else that you'd like to add to your testimony today?
No, sir. That's about it. I was just confused and didn't understand why I was there. That's all.
All right. At this time, I'm
I
going
like
to
her
turn things over
overalls.
to the assistant law director, who has the right to cross-examine you. And when he's finished asking his questions, you'll have an opportunity to respond to those questions through what we call redirect testimony. So, Mr. King, do you have
Yes, sir.
questions for the defendant?
Just a couple, Your Honor, to clarify things. Do you still have your exhibits in front of you?
Yes, sir. I do.
Looking at, again, they're marked, I'd marked them as plaintiffs 1, but it's picture 2.
Okay.
There is an arrow and a yellow box, gap in placement. Is that what you were trying to point out, that there were gaps in these barrels?
Right, because bear in mind, I was traveling in the middle lane, and because I had my trailer, I was trying to maintain that. I didn't want to be an obstruction to other folks, and so when I came upon that,
She's fighting a ticket, Creed.
I just kept going. That's all. I didn't get over. That's all.
Well, when you were in picture 2, you didn't. You were in the actual left-hand lanes, right? You were where you were supposed to be.
Yes, sir. I was where I was supposed to be.
But you didn't notice the barrel that had been knocked down. down and was laying on its side?
I sure didn't.
Okay.
Nope.
But you were at that point in time still in your left-hand lane.
Right. And I was right. I knew that I had to get over. And so again, I was trying to get over. And then everything opened up and I became confused. Yeah.
And then I'm making it again.
Saying you
correct me
became
if I'm
confused
wrong,
behind a
but
wheel,
you look at
that's
picture
never a good
4,
thing.
Yes, sir.
There are 2 barrels that have been knocked down and they're over by that.
Riveting
median
testimony.
barrier.
Yes, sir.
Would that be about the place where you switched over to that right-hand lane because of that gap?
No, sir. By that time, they started the cones, the barrels started to be on my left-hand side. If you go back to picture 3,
Yeah, I was thinking
if you
that
look
too.
at
It's
that middle
'cause she's
lane
so
right
loud,
there,
you
I
guys. I'm
think
sorry.
that's where I actually
She's
entered
super
the work
loud.
zone, because even though the barrels to the left and those black things, I'm assuming those are the ballast for the barrels. I drove over those. I didn't even see those. I thought they were debris, if anything.
So you think you were already in there and you think the barrels switched from that directing traffic to the left-hand lane to the middle or
Simple
right-hand
enough.
lane?
Barrels.
No,
Barrels.
sir.
One
What I'm
down.
trying to say is that they didn't switch. What happened is that I went through. If the barrels had been there, I would have hit the barrels. I did. The barrels weren't there to hit. Right. So I kept going because again I was confused about what was happening with the lanes.
Don't say confused.
Okay, but the left lane was always open, right? Would you agree with that?
Oh yes, sir. The left lane was always open. Definitely, yes.
And then picture 5, page 12.
Mhm.
That is your vehicle off in the distance.
Waddle, 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 waddle.
Judge, just look why Wadler just brought in the
Can you
criminal.
repeat yourself, please? I didn't hear you.
Let me switch.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can't
sorry.
hear you either. Speak
Picture
up.
6, a little bit
Okay.
closer. That's your pickup truck. And
She's
the-
a little
you have the
overmodulated.
trailer straddling that fog line.
Yes, sir. It is.
Okay. And that white debris you thought was gravel
Oh yes, sir. I thought it was gravel.
turned out not to be gravel, right?
No, it did not turn out to be gravel.
And you
No.
were trying.
She's in a
to
really
step
good mood
back
for somebody who's going to
to
lose a case here in just a
sort of
second.
change from one
I
lane
think you're
to
absolutely right about that.
open
Yeah.
up to 2 lanes. That
Mhm.
gap is what.
Is that
you were
true, Glenn?
Yes, sir. That's what I was shooting for. Yes, yes.
Nice.
Didn't
Mhm.
make it because it wasn't gravel, right?
Right. It was not gravel.
Okay.
No.
I have nothing further.
Mhm.
Miss Nunley, before I turn things back over to you, if you want to provide any redirect testimony, I have a couple of questions. I want to make sure that we're being accurate in reviewing these photographs. These photographs were
Sup,
not
Dylan?
taken at the time you were
Long
cited,
time no
correct?
see.
So can you repeat that? I didn't hear you, sir.
Sure. The photographs that we've been referring to throughout the course of your trial, those photos were not taken the day that you were cited for the offense, correct?
Oh yes, they were taken the day that I was cited because after I hit the rut, I was shaken up and I was really shaky. So I when I was walking back to take pictures, that helped to calm me down. So.
Well, then let me ask you this: if
Roll
you're taking a
over
look
the
at picture
barrels.
5, for example, and I think that all of them have the same notation, but on picture 5, note F, it indicates that the photograph was taken on June the 22nd.
Oh I'm sorry. So my
Roger
date's
Miller.
incorrect.
King of the road.
Yes. Are you saying that you took them on the day and you just mistakenly put down the 22nd on your exhibit?
Okay, then because the
22nd
note
of
the
July?
ticket said 22nd June. I just
Special day.
figured that was the day.
Okay. It was actually June the 14th, and my copy of this, the electronic citation, what we call an e-ticket in Ohio, it does in fact indicate it was June the 14th of this year at approximately 1943 hours.
Oh,
But-
I apologize. That's my court date. That's the day I should have been in court, right? Oh, okay. I apologize.
Yeah, because I remember
Yeah.
your arraignment. I remember asking you if you'd actually driven all the way from Maryland just to plead not guilty.
Okay.
And so I thought perhaps you may have taken your photographs on your way back to Maryland that day, but you did take these on the day in question, correct?
Yes. Okay. Then yeah. And I see further down on the ticket it does say June 14th. I apologize. So yeah, we need to make those corrections. Yeah.
Okay. Any objection to clarifying? The only other question I have for you, Ms. Nunley, and this kind of goes towards, you've indicated that you said
That
you
was
were
Mikey that
confused
said
by
that, by the way,
the
but-
barrels and where they were. In the area in which you ultimately switched over from the correct side, which would be the left side onto the left of the barrels, to when you found yourself to the right side and the right
Sounds so
lane,
familiar.
of
Right.
those barrels. Is your testimony today that there were no barrels that, in the area where you went through?
No, the lane was open. My lane was open.
And so
And
the only-
after-
I believe your testimony was that the black rings that go at the bottom, you called them ballast. I don't know what the term is, but those black rings that go at the bottom of the orange barrel that are designed to keep them in place, you're saying those were still there?
Those were still there, yeah. But at the time that I drove over them, again, I didn't know that. I just thought there was debris. I didn't realize.
Well, that's all the questions that I have for you. Do you have anything that you'd like to add to your testimony based on either my questions or Mr. King's questions?
Get your guesses in, kids.
Okay, then I just want to add that on the citation itself, down on the remarks, it says that I drove around the construction zones, and be honest with you, I did not see any cones to drive around. So again, I just kept driving through in my lane because the cones weren't there, even though those little circle tire things were.
Okay.
And the other thing as well is that, to me, since there was no workers there and there was no equipment there, to me, it's like an inactive zone. But he did write down that it was an active zone, and there were workers there, but they were on the other side of the Jersey wall.
Okay. Thank you,
Jersey
Ms.
wall,
Nunley. Mr.
everybody.
King, any further
Jersey
questions for the
barrier.
defendant based on the court's questions or her redirect examination? All right. You've already indicated, Ms. Nunley, you don't have any witnesses other than yourself, so do you formally rest your case, ma'am?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. And the state has the opportunity to present testimony or evidence in rebuttal.
By the way, that's not my mouse right there.
Go
Just
right
want
ahead.
everybody to know that.
Deputy
I know
Ashcroft.
this whole setup is very weird, and it's them because you can see the overlays on top of the, Anybody else think she took out the barrels as well, or is that just?
Not when I had.
I'm pretty sure she's going to get guilty. She's going to be found
Yeah,
guilty.
guys, hang with us with the bad audio here for just a minute. I want to see what she gets, and then we'll explore
bounce.
something rather interesting I just came across.
Down 70.
Yeah, I can see it.
Even though there
Oh,
were no
it's-
workers
it
on
gets
that
better.
side at that time, they were flopping back and forth. So when I got there at approximately 5:30 or 6:30,
Can you guys hear him at all?
I can bring him up.
we
As long
were
as she don't say anything.
on those eastbound lanes. That's where we started at, and then we had gone down all the way to almost the county line where we turned around, and then we started on the westbound lanes. And then, like I said, later on, we eventually came back over to the eastbound lane. So that whole entire zone through there was under construction throughout the whole entire night.
And from picture one, the first photograph in our exhibits, clear up through picture 6.
This is the same attorney we saw prosecute the other guy.
Were those barrels, except for the ones that have been knocked over? were
Oh
those
yeah,
solid?
you're right.
Yes,
Yeah.
they were. Yes, they were.
There was no place where you could use the middle and then switch back over.
No.
Okay. I have
The
nothing.
guy that was asking
Ms. Nunley,
questions.
did you have any
that-
questions for the deputy based on the
as if he was
assistant
actually
law
helping
director's
the
questions?
other.
No, sir, I don't.
All right. Okay, so the court's ready to pronounce its verdict. If you look at these pictures, and I'm glad we clarified that they were taken on the day of, because if they'd been taken a week or 2 weeks later, they wouldn't have nearly the weight that they hold for the court, because they more accurately depict exactly what was going on and how it appeared that day. A traffic control device is defined by the revised code at 4511.01 subsection QQ. Means a flag or sign, signal,
Pew, pew.
marking, or other device used to regulate, warn, or guide traffic placed on, over, or adjacent to a street, highway, private road open to public travel, pedestrian facility, or shared use path by authority of a public agency or official having jurisdiction, or, in the case of a private road open to public travel, by authority of the private owner or private official having jurisdiction. That's a long-winded way of saying there has to be either person, directing traffic, a sign there, or really any other device. And that's where the orange barrels come in. They are any other device used to regulate traffic. the court's concern is
Dun, dun,
that if they're
dun.
not present, how can they regulate traffic? And even if there was a small gap or, there were a few missing, I don't know how you could actually understand where you were supposed to be. And so through no fault of yours, and
Is it the same
I
dude?
firmly
Because his
believe that you were
movements are the
confused
same
because
too.
I
The
think
back
I
and
would be
forth.
too if I were out
Mhm.
there. These barrels got knocked around and they ceased to function as what I would consider to be a traffic control device. On that basis, Ms. Nunley, I'm going to enter an acquittal. I will enter a finding of not guilty. And so you'll owe no fine and you'll owe no court costs. Unless you have any additional questions, we'll go ahead and we'll end the Zoom call, and I'll wish you a good day.
Well,
No, sir, I have no more. Thank you.
Very well.
I have no
a good
more.
day.
Elizabeth.
Okay, same to you.
Thank you. Very nicely.
Wow. She fought the law and she won. Good for her.
So
Good.
this just
for
started 7 minutes ago. It's only us watching. It's called Drama in Court is the channel. We got a court case. 7/8/22.
Oh no. No.
Mikey. Hack. This is
What's
my
he
favorite.
watching? Let's see what he's watching.
This is my favorite. Courtroom drama with people who are bad.
Oh, these we got a court case. We've got a court case.
Why are we doing this?
No views. I mean, he's just trying to scoop up people that could confuse him for us. I mean, is this a good case? Did he pick a good one? He picked a great background. I will say that. I mean,
Yes, nothing screams court more than that.
Yes, sir.
And you understand that the punishment range in each of these cases is up to 1 year in the county jail and a fine not to exceed $4,000.
it's still his stuff.
Yes, sir.
All right. What is the plea agreement?
Agreement is for 110 days confinement in the county
Vincent.
jail with 111 days back time credit.
All right. Is that your understanding, counsel?
Yes, sir, it is.
Is that your understanding, Mr. Nash?
Yes, sir.
By the way, over on Twitter, he has a poll up. Should he do a review of our channel?
Yes, sir.
Did you get your copy of the trial court certificate?
Can you show that?
Yes, sir.
Now, keeping all these things in
give me a
mind,
second.
we've gone over, do you want to continue with this plea?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find the plea is
No,
free,
it does kind of.
voluntary,
Yeah, you're right.
acceptable,
This one
safe,
looks
and
like a.
proceed.
Yeah.
The state offers States Exhibit 1, the plea agreement,
Guys, that's a
judicial
propeller.
confession, and trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, and States Exhibit 2, the discovery log.
No objection, Your Honor.
The exhibit's admitted.
The state rests.
We rest as well.
We're resting.
I mean, go and do your stuff. Just why I don't understand the wording and all of that. Why it has to be. We've been so nice about all of it. Just
110 days in the county
Can you
jail.
see that? Or I need to bring it up a little.
no, I see it. Should I do a channel review of the Credence? But a resounding yes. Oh, it's only 40-40. Oh man.
Well, that's after 5 votes.
Well, can you do the 6 there of the yes? Because obviously,
I've already voted.
yeah. Damn it.
Already voted.
We've been very nice to Mikey Hack.
We have, but it's getting to be a little much, man.
No, it's just, and then we have these talks with him, and we're like, go do your thing. Good, you've got the time and the energy and the know-how, kind of.
Oh, the polls have closed, by the way, and No has won. It looks like.
No, it's why did No win when it's 40-40 and 1 maybe? That's not a win. You can't.
I don't know. I don't know, but this was it was only up for 24 hours and it's gone, bud.
Jeez.
Mikey Feisty.
He already called it a tie, and then I guess they say it's a.
There is a comment, and it's just me saying, yes, please. I'd love to hear what we're doing wrong.
Yeah, no shit, for real. Because, I mean, we can get things looking a little bit more similar to this.
Court case. sharing. He aggravates you.
Oh, you don't even know.
You have
There's
no
a lot of-
idea.
you don't even-
There's so much stuff I found that I
well, now
haven't-
he just cut it. Oh,
said-
Mikey Hack. Like I said, do your thing, dude. Just stop with us.
He
Please.
said, I got to bounce. I'm out of here.
Do your own thing.
Creed,
man.
I think this is the first time we've had
already
a
seen it, right?
woman prisoner. in
Here's what I
court.
can tell you. I think
Oh,
I know
sure,
where you're
yeah.
heading with this. It's pretty common for me anyway. It's my judicial philosophy is that when I have an individual who's been cited for OVI and they want to have driving privileges before the case is resolved, I look over the
low-hanging fruit in the
circumstances,
chef.
both of
Go
the
back to
alleged
Boy Voyage
offense
from
and the
yesterday.
offender. And it's
Yeah.
not uncommon
You'll
for
get
me to
that.
require an ignition interlock device before the case is resolved. If a person ends up pleading
Oh,
guilty
we
or
were-
getting
we were
convicted
laughing about
and
it.
placed on probation, it's pretty customary for me to remove that requirement because at that point they're going to be under the probation department's supervision, and I have less concern that they might be out there getting crazy. So,
By the way, what a
it's
great
very
idea
likely-
to put
I
your
don't ever
competing
promise
show
anything
of
for
us
this, but I
on
will
at
tell you that
exactly
it's
the
very
same time
customary
we're
for me
on.
to remove that
Genius.
requirement
Yeah,
in
that's
order for
another
you to be
great
able to
idea,
exercise your
too.
limited privileges.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, that's all. Yeah.
Mr. King, anything?
I would note, I don't know if the court went over it or not. I was
Thank you to whoever just subbed, by the way, up through 14 subs. That's two people that
they don't have a place to put a section number.
make that 15.
He may not want the
was
people that are coming over there right now, though.
He was dipping, I think.
They may not be
tobacco, I don't know
friendly.
what
Just
the,
saying.
I went ahead and subbed. Don't worry.
Oh, Creed, you're such a softy. Well on his way
Specification or a
to be
special finding.
monetized.
It's not an offense in and of itself, but that's a
There was
distinction.
no car in front of me or anything, so
Well, the statute reads you're not allowed to engage in any activity that's not focused on operating the vehicle. More often than not, they're talking about messing with your phone, but it can also include like eating a sandwich or putting in a dip or anything like that. There's a mandatory penalty for that the court has no discretion in whatsoever. I'm required to impose a $100 fine on that charge. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
Now, I didn't explain that to you before because thankfully Mr. King brought that to my attention. Knowing that, does that change your decision to want to change your plea or to waive your right to an attorney?
No.
All right, very well. And
The ne-
incidentally,
by the way, the next poll is
if
going to
you
be
pay all
should he
your
get a
fines and
drum
costs,
set?
including that $100, you can take a class.
No, it runs off
that one- It's like an
450 to
online
100.
thing, and once you do, and I don't know whether it costs money or it's free or whatever, but once you take that class, you get a refund of that $100.
I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, if you haven't paid your fines and costs yet by the time you take the class, then they should simply deduct that from your fines and costs. Okay. All right.
Putting in a dip. I mean, that's not distracted driving credence.
How long have you been working at the casino?
3.
That's a civil
almost 4
right.
years.
Okay.
It's gonna be 4 years in August.
All James.
James, good to see you, boy.
Right, Nigel? You saw it, and I clicked all notifications.
Now, okay, so let me wrap this
That
up
channel's
here
about
real
to
quick.
shut down.
Speaking of which, just went over to Twitch and see if there's no Mikey production team. Unless I'm doing it wrong.
He's got so many accounts.
I don't know. He just keeps opening up new ones.
He just keeps shutting down one and opening the other
It's
one.
Mikey Belt Productions.
Belt. Yes. Yeah, what's she crying about? She ain't even been up there yet. She already sitting there crying, Judge.
Oh, that means it's going to be a good case. Yeah, you're right. She is back there whimpering.
She's already laying a crying on the judge, working on the heartstrings of Judge Stansberry. And brown is not her color. The boob to belly ratio is off as
So,
well.
Mr. Sabady, here's what we're going to do. I almost used we're on online again voice, but I'll use we're in the courtroom voice. So on your OVI charge, and as I mentioned, I'm only going to enter a conviction on the testing over the legal limit. 30 days in the jail, 27 suspended, meaning you don't have to serve them as long as you follow the rules of probation. That'll last for 1 year. That starts today, and the primary requirement is that you successfully complete the 3-day driver intervention program. Once you do that,
that then is credited towards those 3 days that I didn't suspend. So
I
you'll
can't
never
think-
go
I
to
mean-
jail on this case
We've
unless
seen-
you violate your probation terms. Understand? While you're at the DIP program, however,
Worried about getting
part
out.
of that is a drug and alcohol screening.
They don't
Should
allow
be
playing.
intensive drug and
She's
alcohol
being punished.
assessment,
They're
but,
making her sit in there
it is
because she
a
can't play
design to
well with the
determine
other
whether or
ones.
not additional counseling might be appropriate. If
will
they make
be
that
every-
recommendation, you'll have to continue until released in writing. If they don't, you'll have no obligation in that regard. You're not to consume alcohol to excess, although I won't issue a complete ban. I will order that you not use any illegal drugs or abuse any prescription medication. You need to maintain
call.
suitable employment unless you decide you want to go back to work or engage in vocational training. And I'll impose the minimum fine of $375 in order that you pay the court costs. It'll be a 1-year license suspension, but that's going to be credited back to the day you were cited
Ooh,
on May the 29th.
ballin'.
And I would reflect that you've already served what we call the hard time suspension when you're not permitted to drive, even if you have privileges. On the
Hard
remaining
times,
charges,
daddy.
On the left of center, it'll be a $25 fine on the distracted driving specification. The General Assembly imposes a
Hard
fine of
times
$100
driving.
fine
That's a great
through me. That being said,
Excuse us.
because now that we've had a
Where's
conviction
Dolphins
entered, you
fan?
need to fill out a new application for limited driving privileges, and the bailiff, Mr. Latella, can assist you with that today. That way, when it comes to me and I look over it, if, as I said, it's very customary for me to say, okay, yeah, you can drive, and no, you don't need to have that
Behind the wheel.
basically the breathalyzer on your ignition. So that being
Don't
said,
get caught.
you will be entitled to a refund of the $100 if you pay it. You should be entitled to a credit if you haven't paid it yet by the time you take that class. And we will give you time to pay off your fines and costs.
It might need to be,
Fail
we got a
meet the
call for
deadline,
it.
Then we put on what's called a license forfeiture. Then any privileges that you might have are out the window, and you can't get your license until you pay them anyway. So, do you have any questions today?
So what I was gonna ask, there's a payment plan.
It's not necessarily a payment plan formally.
Get 'em.
We'll take
We need 'em
partial
all.
payments until it's paid in full.
Okay.
And they'll tell you how you can make payments because you can do it in person. You can do it by mailing a check. You can do it online with a credit card. The advisors like
You
a
go to
hefty service fee on the
Walmart
credit card.
and
We don't
get
have anything to do
a
with it.
prepaid card, iTunes card to pay
Oh,
for
you've already
it.
paid your reinstatement fee.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that one's
So what that means is once your suspension is over, if what you're telling me is true, don't go based on what I say, but based on what you're telling me, what it sounds to me like once your suspension is over on
Hard
May
times,
the 29th
daddy.
of next year, you shouldn't have to pay a reinstatement fee again if you've already paid it.
Right.
But make sure you clear that with the
yeah, I
DMV.
have the receipt. So
Gotcha. Any other questions today, sir?
And then so for the driving, oh no, not the driving permit, for the 3 days.
When you talk to your probation officer, they'll give you information about what your choices
I'll
are.
get something on the mail or
You'll go over it with your probation officer when you have your intake appointment, and that'll probably be unfortunately about a month down the road.
Okay.
You can do a little research if you like. There's all sorts of different.
Oh, yeah?
programs,
Okay.
And
Well,
basically, your
maybe
level
he'll
of
be back
comfort and
around.
luxury depends on how much money you're willing to spend. It goes from sleeping in a dormer full of bunk beds in a dank room at Lap to a luxury suite at the local Lenox Inn or whatever. But you'll have choices. Any other questions, sir? Mr. King, anything further? All right, very well. The bailiff's going to take you down to the clerk's office as soon as we finish up this next case. Just have a seat underneath General St. Clair back there on the right, if you would, please.
General
All right,
St.
thank you.
Clair.
Next, we have
everybody.
Sasha Martin. I'm sorry.
Not big.
And this is 22 CRB 00563. You're Miss Martin, are you not, ma'am? And the record should reflect that she's here in the courtroom today. She
Miss
does not have
Martin the
counsel.
crier?
Mr. King is here on behalf of the state of Ohio, and we're here for the purpose of a trial to the court. But I've been notified, Miss Martin, it's your intention to waive your right to counsel and to change your plea to guilty. Is that right? And Miss Martin, do you realize that you're not required to do that? Do you understand as you sit there, you're presumed to be innocent? And do you realize that the offense of which to which you're pleading guilty, theft, carries a maximum penalty of 180 days in jail and up to a $1,000 fine? And you understand that court costs can be imposed and restitution can
You don't want to know, Gary.
now, as I mentioned, you don't have a lawyer here with you today, but you do have a constitutional right to be represented by an attorney. And if you couldn't afford one, we'd give you one for free, who could advise you of any defenses you might have or motions that he or she could make on your behalf to try to get you in a better spot, or generally just try to get you the
Good.
best outcome of this case. Was it your intention to waive your right to an attorney today?
So sad.
And I have the form entitled waiver of attorney with your name, case number, a signature there. Is that your signature? Did you read the form? Did you understand it?
Yeah.
Okay, very well. Now, even without a lawyer and based on your presumption of innocence, you have a right to a trial. And for you, it could be with a judge or a jury. Understand? And at the trial, you could exercise your rights both to cross-examine your accusers after they finish testifying against you, as well as to subpoena your own witnesses to compel their attendance so that they might testify in your favor. you understand that? And did you know that you have a constitutional right not to testify? Nobody could make you. And if you didn't, it wouldn't be held against you in any way. Now, a plea of guilty is a complete admission of guilt. By tendering that plea, you do admit to committing the offense. That means the state no longer has to prove anything.
I mean,
for you
she
to find you
changed her
guilty.
plea.
And it furthermore means that you'd be
Can we
waived
believe
the
her
justice
on
system.
anything
You
she
understand that too?
says?
And if I do that, if I accept your plea and enter a conviction, I'm going to go ahead and impose sentence upon you today. Did you understand the maximum penalties?
It's
I
on YouTube.
described? And Miss Martin, have you been threatened in any way or promised anything to get you to do what you're doing? Are you under the influence of anything right now?
No.
And are you a citizen of the United States of America?
The Mikey Hack
All right.
Show.
If you'll give me a quick moment to review the file, I will give you an opportunity to speak. The record should reflect that I did receive your letter that you sent earlier this month, and I had a chance to review that, and I did read it, and we provided that a copy be sent to the law director.
Oh, I know what it said.
That being said, take a quick
Dearest
look here.
Judge Stansberry, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm
Did I miss
just
the
getting
woman?
over- No,
Oh my
she's
God.
sitting there.
All right. Is there anything that you'd like to
She
say?
changed her plea to guilty.
I would like to request probation for myself, just because I had 17 days clean before I came into the jail. And as I described in my letter, my father's health isn't that well, and I don't want to lose everything. You know, that day comes, it goes. I don't want to lose everything I ever worked hard for.
Stealing, by the way, Creed.
And I feel
Stealing.
like if I just had probation to kind of like know that.
Keep you on the straight and narrow?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're not the first person that said, hey, I need that
I recommended the Mikey Hack Show. I mean,
accountability in order to follow
Start
through with
stealing
what I
his
need to do.
names.
So I appreciate that. Was there anything else you wanted to add? And I believe you said your holder is out of Muscatine County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All righty. Okay. Mr. King, any input from the state? And I know that this is a Walmart case, so it's not a Marcy situation.
It's a Walmart case, Your Honor, although it did not surface at the time. They did.
That's the plan.
She be reminded. She is trespassed from all Walmart, not on this one, but it was like since 2015. So
Why did they have that the other way there?
Dollar General it is.
And
All
now
right.
here he is making Dollar
Now,
General
where are you going to
jokes.
be living? I mean,
Not allowed to Walmart.
neither I
No,
nor
it
any of
ain't.
the Muscatine County judges can keep you locked up for the rest of your natural life. So where are you going to go after you get out?
127 Mulholland Street.
And is that your dad's? Okay. And how old is he?
He's 53 years old.
Just 53? He's a young
You
man.
say he was on death's door just a while
I'm
ago?
sorry to hear
Dying?
his bad health. How old are you?
I am 34.
34. Okay.
Dad was a stud, huh? Dad was going raw back in the day. Real raw. I like that she's already been trespassed from there, and now here she is with yet another conviction from a place she's been trespassed from.
That's why he said you gotta go to the Dollar
When I
General.
conducted your arraignment, so actually, so what do we got here?
She got a choice of Disney World or land, guys.
All right, so
Good to
Judge
hear.
George has held you in jail. You got arrested on the 22nd, and then you saw Judge George. Well, I'm sorry, Judge Brand, who said $2,500. All right, you're going to get credit from that.
52 to be
forward.
exact.
So if we're going through the 22nd, that's 8 plus 8. I have 16 days. Is that correct, Mr. Cox? 8 plus
Mikey
8?
math.
All right,
Like-
smarty pants. What's 180 minus 16?
Ooh.
Thank you. You guys are better than calculators. All right. So I'll be honest with you,
You
Ms.
didn't ask us.
Martin. My intention or my initial impression was going to be to just simply go ahead and give you credit for time served and be done with you. And, tell you to go forth and sin no more. If you want to be on probation, I will accommodate you and you'll have that accountability.
Say no. Say no.
Obviously, I think substance abuse is an issue you mentioned. Congratulations on your clean time, by the way. Have you received mental health treatment in the past as well? Okay, so let's go ahead and address that too. Do
She
you
gonna take care of her
receive
dad.
disability benefits, or are you just not working?
I work. I get paid to take care of my father through his insurance.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, he's a veteran. Congratulations to your dad. Does he got a Purple Heart? That could help here.
It could.
And Mr. King, I don't know if I gave you an opportunity. Oh, yeah, I did give you an opportunity to speak.
He's got one of these. Huh? Does he?
All right. Well, Miss Martin, here's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to impose a 100. I'm going to fall backwards. Number two, I'm going to impose a 180-day jail term. I'm going to suspend 164 of those days, give you credit for the 16 that you've already.
You got one of
You'll
these,
be released
bud,
on
huh?
this today. However, you're going to be subject to the holder warrant out of Muskegon County. Ideally, they don't
That's
come
how
get
you
you
put
till
up that
Monday, so
Purple
you
Heart,
can
and he
spend
almost
the
went
weekend down there.
backwards.
But they will be up to get you pretty
He was
fairly
very
quickly,
mean.
and then they'll get you in front of your judge down there, and hopefully you can let them know, hey, I got put on probation up in Licking County. Here's your terms. It lasts for a year starting today. Drug and alcohol, as well as a mental health assessment, followed
If he'd
up,
have failed, would have been great.
and continued
I'm
counseling
sorry, it
until
would have
released in
been.
writing.
For
Obviously,
us,
no
at least.
alcohol, no drugs, no abuse
I
of
just like
prescription
when Golden
meds.
Slots made
I'll
that
leave it up to
really
the
bad
probation
chair
department whether they want
off
to put a
stream
scram on
before
you, and you might
Bounce
think to
the
yourself,
hands.
well, why would they put a scram unit on somebody who abuses drugs?
Now
That's
he
because
sits
if
in a
somebody
wicker
can't
chair.
get away with using drugs
Aw.
because they get tested, a lot of times they'll switch over to a different substance. So all of our drug court people actually get the scram unit for probably about the first
Thank you.
6 months of the program. But either way, just so you understand why I'm saying that. I'll put on an employment, an obligation that you
Tune
maintain
in
suitable
tonight
employment, but obviously
on
you're
Members
caring for
Only.
your father and being compensated for that will qualify. Other than that, you got to keep a current mailing address and working phone number on file at all times, and pay a fine of $150 plus the court costs, and we'll give you time to get that taken care of. Ideally, the next time I see you is passing on the street and you say, Judge, I'm now a year and 17 days clean. And
Would you like to
but
bang?
for right now,
Or go have a
the only
beer
thing
at
you need to worry
least.
about is about the next 9 hours and 25 minutes. And what I would strongly recommend that you do either now while you're in our jail or when you're down in Muskegon County Jail before you
Judge,
get
I
released,
owe you one.
plot out your first 48 hours upon your release, where you're going to go, who you're going to be with, who you're going to avoid. Because if you can stay clean for the first 48 hours, you'll give yourself a good fighting chance to maintain your sobriety. Okay? All right. Very well. So
that all
any
it
questions today?
48 hours.
So
Hey, do you see they saw Bam partying it up with some random
Upon your
dudes?
release from custody of Muskegon
TMZ
County.
has a video.
I mean,
What
they're
idiot.
not going to file a PB on you because you didn't
What
show up
idiot.
because if you're incarcerated elsewhere. Now,
Oscar
you get
Larry.
incarcerated down the road.
You do the
That's a
math,
whole different story. All right.
Marty Pants.
Okay. Mr. King, anything? No, Your Honor. All right. Very well. Yeah, we're going to bring you back to the holding cell, try to get you back.
You
to the
don't
jail
get
as quick as
Purple Hearts
possible.
for
Good luck.
losing your leg, bud. Get it for
Looks
saving
like
the lives
Mr.
of
Smith
others.
failed to appear today, so the parties are released on that. And are we ready for Mr. Dickerson?
Yes, sir.
All righty.
We're always
Mr.
ready
Dickerson,
for Mr.
come on up and
Dickerson.
have a seat.
Always.
Come on, have a seat there, young man.
Oddly enough, under these circumstances, I will say it's good to see you again.
I know, right? So soon.
All right. Okay, so this is case number 21 CRB 01747, State v. Tyshawn Dickerson. He's here in the courtroom today without a counsel. Mr. Bernard is here on behalf of the state of Ohio. Ms. Davison has elected not to entrust this matter to Mr. Cox, and apparently she has. And here he comes, and he's going to be seated at the council table. The purpose of our
First pick.
hearing today is to conduct a sentence review. The court having been notified, Mr. Bernard, that there is in fact an available bed at a residential facility.
Yes, Your
Oh,
And is
no.
that Spencer
And
House?
that is why after
Okay.
this I got to
That's
go. She's
local.
running late, and I
You know
got
that, right?
Colty
Yeah,
and
it's
his
over on
carrier.
Locust Street. The
Going
only
on
thing
Blue
that worries me about Spencer House, because it's a good program, but it's also
Well,
easy
all
to
this
walk
guy
away
is
from
doing
it,
is
and
going
you're in
into
an
treatment.
area that you're
Oh,
familiar
well, we
with,
don't.
it's easy to
Yeah,
detect
that's all
and
he's
just go
talking
back
about, going
to
into
life.
Spencer House. He's going in. He's
Well-
going to go into some sort of treatment. That's why he said it was good to see you under these circumstances, meaning he's
Right.
leaving the jail. He's going to go in and get some treatment and get himself cleaned up.
We know the future, you guys. The future's looking bright.
He's
They
good.
gotta wear shades.
He's good.
Guys, thank you for joining us. That has been We Got a Case. We'd stick around, but I do got to get the animals ready for that. And don't forget, Florida Friday today, presented by Larry. We got a chase.
Yeah.
Numbers only.
And a big thank you to the third chair today. He didn't have much to say, but I'm gonna let him, give his closing
Good
goodbye.
afternoon. I'm District Judge Herman Marable from 67th District Court here in Flint.
You might want to work on that. I mean, he's shy. I mean,
You said during members only, you got a little something with him.
got two things I'm going to show you about our good friend Judge Herman. And if you don't like him now, you're going to love him after you see what I've got to show you. So make sure you're here for that.
Nice.
Like I said, go ahead and like this, please. 130 of you.
Excuse me, Steve. We were 5 minutes late. We do an hour show, and we've been on for over an hour and a half. So that is
Don't matter what time we started, bud. The little clock up here says we did an hour and a half.
Exactly.
So
on a show that we promised you an hour of.
you got your
take that.
money's worth. The show's like a car. The more money you put into it, the longer it runs. The less you put into it.
There was
Which
a
is
time
kinda
where you guys used to throw $2 at us to stay on later. Now you just expect us to stay.
Now just yell at us when we got to go. Son of a
That's right.
bitch. Appreciate you guys, by the way. Creed, go ahead.
Go over to Mikey Hack's channel.
He's back on.
Probably.
He's back on.
If not, he will be in a minute.
Covered
Thank
the
you,
giant
guys. We appreciate it. We'll see you at 4:05 for Florida Friday. And again, our third live of the day will be at 6 o'clock East. Members only.
It's going to be a good one. Make sure you're there for that. Don't forget, still got time to become a member on the main channel. That's the Green Bishop Show channel right down there. And right below us, you'll see a join button. Click the join button and let the fun begin. Until next time, kids, tell your mama said hi.
I like turtles.
Why did I have to be the fat judge?
Why do I have weird, at least your neck fits?
Nah, true. Scrawny pencil neck